Bring it out. First we go. Cut 'em up, cut 'em up, cut 'em up. There we go. Build 'em up, build 'em up. Yeah, there we go. Break 'em down, break 'em down, break 'em down. There we go. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. Cut 'em up, cut 'em up, cut 'em up. There we go. Build 'em up, build 'em up, build 'em up. There we go. Break 'em down, break 'em down, break 'em down, break 'em down. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. First we go. Cut 'em up, cut 'em up, cut 'em up. There we go. Build 'em up, build 'em up. Yeah, there we go. Break 'em down, break 'em down, break 'em down. There we go. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. Cut 'em up, cut 'em up, cut 'em up. There we go. Build 'em up, build 'em up, build 'em up. There we go. Break 'em down, break 'em down, break 'em down, break 'em down. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out.
Ain't no truth right now. The truth is over here, and y'all don't want to hear it. The truth over here, y'all don't want to hear it. Why you gonna get killed tonight? The Most High ain't playing no games. Stay right here, sis, don't move. You safe over here.
Start from the top. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So Mustafa, real quick, bro. So, like what I was explaining to you over there, I'm just gonna be talking a little bit loud because I need to pick up on the camera and for this book right here too, and everybody else listening. Remember I was telling you that the reason why we were brought here on slave ships, you know the reason why we was brought here? By chance?
Well, I heard stories that we were sold by some of our kings and queens.
But why were we brought here on slave ships? From the land of Israel. From the land of Israel, we ran into Africa, but from the shores of Africa, we were brought here on slave ships.
Right.
You know why?
Because we were sold right by some of the kings and queens, right?
Right, but there was a reason.
We was brought here to do another man's work, basically to take their crops, to help them. We were brought here basically as
Because we were cursed by
Right.
them.
Both of those are true because he just got finished reading that about the vestation of the body.
Right.
Okay, that is true. But the reason why we were brought over here, we was cursed by the Most High God.
Right.
Because we didn't keep His law, statutes, and commandments. You
Right.
understand that, right?
Right.
So read that again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all His commandments.
See, to observe, to do all His commandments, right? So to observe means to watch and to follow. Okay, that's what you got to do. Observe to do all of His commandments. Okay, not some, all of them.
Right.
Now, in those times, we had 613 laws that we had to keep.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? In the Old Testament, correct. All right? We had 613 laws that we had to keep. So we had to observe all those. But even out of the smaller, minor laws, our people wasn't even keeping it.
Right.
Okay, so the Most High said, if you can't even keep the smaller laws, then guess what? I'm going to cast you out.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw you out of the land of Israel, and I'm going to put you in the land of the enemy.
Right.
Okay? So that's what happened. That's why he said, if you observe to keep all of my laws, okay? If you don't do my laws, you're going to be cursed. Right. So give me verse 40.
So basically, we
42.
cursed them because we rebelled. Our ancestors rebelled.
Right. There you go.
No, 32. Watch this. This is a curse right here. Read.
Thy sons.
Thy who?
Thy sons.
Thy sons, read.
And thy daughters.
And thy daughters, read.
Shall be given unto another people.
Our sons and daughters shall be given unto another people. Who? What other people were we given to?
White people, Europeans.
The Europeans.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct. Okay, from the shores of Africa, from what they call the Ivory Coast.
Right.
All right, we were brought into slavery by the Europeans.
Bring it out.
All right, read.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
It says, thy eyes shall look and fail the longing for them all the day long, which means that our people, our mothers and fathers back then, they saw their kid getting taken away.
Right.
All right, and they couldn't do nothing. Okay, all they could do is cry. If you look at 12 Years a Slave, that's what that's the name of that movie?
That's right.
12 Years a Slave, you seen that? You seen Django? You seen those movies, right? Roots?
Right.
You seen those movies? Every time you seen a family being broken off, what do you see? The mother and the father, what? Wailing. They were crying.
Right.
Okay? Because there was nothing that they could do for them. Nothing. Read.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
And there's going to be no might in your hand, which means that nobody's not going to be able to help you whatsoever. Okay, they're just going to take the mother, they're going to separate the mother, the father, and the children all together.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going to happen? Your son is going to be sold to this plantation, to Master Smith.
Right.
Your daughter's going to be sold to this plantation, to Master Williams.
Right.
Okay, and guess where your husband's going to go? He's going to go to the plantation over here under another name.
Right.
All right. So they separated the mother, the father, and the daughters and the sons.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 33. The fruit of thy land.
Oh, that's what we're going into. Give me 48.
48.
Yeah.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
It says, therefore, that you shall serve your enemies. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Which who?
The Lord shall send against thee.
So the Lord sent them against us.
Right.
Okay, they just didn't want to come upon us on their own.
Right.
The Most High God sent them upon us.
Right.
Why? Because we read in Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Okay, if you do not observe to keep my law, statutes, commandment, all these curses shall be overtake you, okay, and shall come upon thee.
Right.
Read.
In hunger.
Read from top.
Verse 48.
Watch this, brothers.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Therefore, you're going to serve your enemies, okay? Serve your enemies. Now, I'm going to explain this enemies because that enemies have an S
Right.
on the back of it. It didn't say enemy, it says enemies. So a lot of us, we already have in our mind that our enemy is the so-called white man, okay? The Most High, right, but the Most High set that course to be like that, okay? But I'm going to explain that. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Read.
In hunger.
In what?
In hunger.
In hunger. How do we serve our enemies in hunger? How do we serve them? When it says you should serve your enemies in hunger, how's that possible?
Sacrifice.
Not giving them
I'm gonna give you another shot.
like a basically kind of like a like boycotting, refusing,
Boycott, confusion.
let them go without our services.
No. I'll give you another shot. Don't feel bad. I'll give you another shot.
You say starve,
enemies, right?
Read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
Okay.
They're saying like kind of with the people that's our enemies don't give them a reaction or something like that. They just kind of look for that, trying to show that you're strong enough not to mind them. Type thing.
I'm give you another shot. Go ahead, try it. And I'm gonna give you the answer to this. Okay, read it one more time. I'm gonna help y'all brothers out. Read on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So we know serving. To be a servant is to do what? To do something for, right? To be in a low state.
Yeah.
So if you're in a low state and there's someone above you, if you need something, what are you going to do?
Ask them.
You got to ask for it. Read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
In hunger. So,
I got what
y'all get it. So y'all answered. Y'all knew the answer. Y'all knew the
I ain't
answer.
hear him clearly, but I know exactly what it
Okay.
is.
So basically, we're gonna serve our enemies in hunger. Okay. So when you look at the hood, right? When you look at the
Exactly
ghetto,
what I'm saying,
all right. When you look at us in the state that we in now,
Right.
how do we serve our enemies in hunger? We go to them for what? For who? Wait, hold on, brother. Say that again. Money, food. What'd you say, bro?
I was gonna say everything.
Everything. Okay, good. Okay, so food. Give me an example. Like what type of food? Like how do we? I know they ain't gonna come to us and bring us chicken and turkey and all that stuff at our door.
We'll probably ask them if there's something they need. We try to make some money or something like that. Can we help you with something? You need us to do that for you?
Let's try EBT cards.
Right.
Food stamps. Okay.
Bring it out.
That's the hunger because we go to them for money.
Right.
And with that money, we buy food. Okay, when you notice with the women, mostly it's the women, some of us men too, we go to the government, right? We got to fill out a form. We fill out a form for what? For the EBT card. Right? So we asking them, okay? We serving them for hunger and for thirst. You understand? Yeah. Read on.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. Okay, because we don't have our own well systems.
Right.
You understand? We can't go to, what's that, PWC.
Right.
And tell them that, hey, listen, I need some water. Okay? We can't go to them. We can't go to Lumbee River. What's the water system here? But where you get the water? What's the water system around here?
City of Raleigh.
Duke Energy.
City of Raleigh.
City of Raleigh, our water system. We just can't go over there and hit a switch or start opening up pipes to get our own water. No, we got to go to them and tell them that we need some water.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Y'all brothers understand where I'm coming from? Read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness.
And in nakedness, meaning when we want clothes.
Right.
Because in order for you to make a shirt or make pants, all right, you need textiles, okay? You need a machinery that's gonna wheel the clothing together.
Right.
Okay? We don't have that access.
No, bring it up.
Okay, we got what? Sean John Puffy.
Right.
He go by the new name Brother Love now. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Okay? He got his own clothing. You got FUBU, okay, which is black owned. They got their own clothing. You got Pele Pele. Okay, you got all these what's his name? Jay-Z Rockaware, right? He got his own, but guess what? He don't necessarily make the shirt itself.
Right.
He don't do that. Okay, it's other people that makes it for him.
That's right.
You understand? Yeah. So that's the nakedness. Okay, we're gonna need to go to the clothing stores to get our own clothes. We can't make our own clothes like that.
Right.
Read.
And in want of all things.
So this want of all things, your education system. You want to get a high school diploma?
Right.
You want to get a college degree? You got to go to them for it.
Right.
Okay? You want to bury your mother? You want to bury your brother? Guess what? You got to go to them for it.
That's right.
That's the in want of all things. You want a loan, a car loan, a house loan, a credit card loan.
Right.
You got to go to them for it. That's the want of all things. Read. Watch this, brothers. Gonna get tougher.
And he.
And who?
And he.
So he. Who's this he? Who's the he that is talking about? He. No. It says and he. Right. The person that you got to go to for hunger, thirst, and one of all things, right? The government, okay.
The other side.
The who? The other side. I like that. Okay. Or the other people, the other nations that the Most High have put you to be a servant to. Okay. Your enemies.
Right.
Right. Watch this. Read that.
And he.
And he. So this particular nation of people, read,
shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
It says he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. So now, what time frame did we ever have a yoke of iron upon our necks? In slave times, as you can see here, right? Y'all brothers can look here. Look, you there?
Y'all read from the straight Bible? Is that like the
That's the Bible, bro. That's the King. Show to him.
That's the King James New Version.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
No, not the new version.
So
Just show it to him real quick.
So you believe everything in the Bible? Yeah. Everything in the King James Version?
Oh, yeah.
Look, no, King James was...
Hold on a second. Hold that now. You gonna try to tell me King James a white man?
Nah, he's supposed to mess with the boys back in the day, though.
Who told you that? Right. Who told you that? Where'd you learn that from?
I heard it, man. You know, so many times.
Bro, did you know King James was a black man?
That's right.
I'm gonna tell you, huh?
I know he was, but
What you mean you know? You didn't know he was a black man, brother. Because let me tell you something. If you knew he was a black man, a black skin like you wouldn't even accept that.
Right.
That he was up there following a little boy's butt.
Right.
Come on, that don't.
Picture, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, you show a picture, so you know how King James look.
Nah,
Come on, brother, stop it.
You know how they
Just,
paint a
brother,
picture,
just
G?
stop. No,
Right,
I'm
you-
not. You can't paint no picture like that.
Right.
You can't paint no picture like that, bro.
Right.
Is that who, LeBron James trying, is that who LeBron James trying to idolize whenever he say King James, or you think that's kind of a little
Nah, that's just his look, because he just, you know, not to even get off on that topic, but
Yeah, my bad.
LeBron James had even said something that he's the king, his wife is the queen, and his daughter's the prince, but he was going over some stuff on him. But anyway, watch
bad,
it. No, you good, bro. You good, read. So that yoke of iron, so we know where that yoke of iron comes from, right? Y'all just seen it, right? So it says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, right? So that yoke of iron was used to control. It was used to control the slave.
Right.
Okay? Like Denzel Washington said, what do you say? Keep the body, no, keep the mind, enslave the body.
But Hurricane.
Okay? Who?
Some of the Hurricane movie.
I don't know. No, it wasn't that. I think that was Great Debaters. He said that in the movie Great Debaters.
Right.
If you have a leash on a dog's neck, you got the leash on a dog's neck to do what? To control him.
Right.
So that he don't move off too far away from you. Okay? That he don't go and do something reckless.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about control. So it says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. Back in the slaves' time, that's what they did. They put a yoke of iron upon the slave's neck.
Right.
As a way of controlling.
That's right.
Follow me now. A way of controlling them physically.
Right.
Physically, they would control with the yoke of iron. Watch this. Read.
Until
And what?
until he have destroyed thee.
Until he had destroyed thee. So the yokes of iron was upon the neck physically for control. So when he detached the chain from off the neck physically,
Right.
how were you now destroyed?
Mentally.
Mentally.
That's right. Bring it out.
Mentally. All right? Mentally. How was that? You ain't even gonna know who you are anymore.
That's right.
All right? You're not gonna know your homeland no more. You're not gonna care anymore. You're gonna be known as the new Tobits.
Right.
Okay? Just like in the movie Roots. He knew, he went by the name of Kunta. All right? But when the slave master took the chain off the neck, he was now destroyed up here.
Right.
So he went by the name of Toby. Okay?
That's
the
right.
government name of his slave master. All right? So now that you brothers are understanding that you're Israel,
Right.
you now understand the reason why you call yourselves African American.
Right.
Negroid. You
Right.
call ourselves as a nickname niggas.
Right.
You understand? You see your homeland as America. The place of your birth, Raleigh, or wherever you're from.
Right.
But your place of birth began in Israel.
That's right.
Okay, but you don't remember that. You don't recall that. Matter of fact, give me that in Jeremiah real quick. Okay, you don't even recall that. Okay, that Israel is your homeland. First and foremost. Okay, Jeremiah 17:4. Give me that real quick, because you're not going to remember it. Right. You're not going to remember it at all.
Bring it out.
Okay, this is the only place that you're going to remember. That's the only thing that's going to come in your mind. Because why? You've been destroyed. Okay, it's been removed out of your mind to remember from where you came from.
Right.
Watch this, read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4.
Read.
And thou,
Read.
and thou,
read.
even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
See, even thou, even yourself, shall be discontinued from your heritage. So discontinue. What is this? What is discontinuing? To stop the making of. Right. That product does not exist any longer. Okay. So it says, and what? Read it again.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4.
Read.
And thou,
even
thyself,
even yourself,
shall discontinue
you shall discontinue. Read.
from thine heritage.
What is a heritage?
Bring it out.
Way of life.
Heritage is like race.
I said it again?
Race.
That's part of it. Read.
Heritage is culture.
Hold on. Say it again.
Culture.
A culture. Good. So within that culture, what's in the midst of the culture?
Tradition.
A tradition. A family. Right. Read. But what else?
I was gonna say.
I keep saying read. I don't know
I
why.
said culture. Bloodline.
Bloodline. Good. Okay. Your values.
Right.
Okay. Your values. All right. Everything that y'all's brother said, you were not wrong. You were right. You were 100% correct. So now look at us as a people.
Right.
Do we have any value? Do we have a culture?
Right.
I mean, a real culture is diminishing every. I like the way you said that, brother. It's diminishing every single day. Why is that? Because we discontinued. We forgot who we were. Okay, and all that was a plan that the Most High has put together. The Most High God, He put together because of what?
Because we rebelled.
We rebelled by what? Discontinuing from what? His laws, statutes, and commandments, right? We refused to listen.
Right.
Now go back to where I was at real quick. No, finish reading that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter
Watch this,
17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself,
Read.
shall discontinue from thine heritage.
All this here is our heritage.
Right.
Okay, because the Native American Indians are our brothers.
That's right.
Okay? They're our brothers. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, Puerto Ricans, all of them on that side, those are our brothers.
Right.
And we fell away from our heritage together.
Right.
Read.
That I gave thee.
That
And
who?
that I gave thee.
So the Most High God gave us this heritage.
Right. And I will cause thee.
He said what?
And I will cause thee.
So the Most High God said, I will cause thee
to serve thine enemies.
So the Most High God said, I'm going to cause you to serve your enemies.
Right.
That's right.
I'm going to call you to serve them. Yeah. Not just the white people now. We're going to get there. Read.
In the land which thou knowest not.
In the land that we know it not. Okay? Because you got to think about it. How did we get here?
Right.
As a people. How did we get here as a people?
Slave ships.
Slave ships. Slave ships, right? So that means that we was somewhere else before we came here, right?
Right.
So if we came here as slaves, we obviously didn't know the land that we were going to, right? Bible prophecy, brothers. Read it again. Read that last part again.
Bring it out.
And listen.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
Read.
In the land which thou knowest not.
In the land which thou knowest not. 68. Now, y'all all agree that we came here on slave ships, correct?
Bring it out.
Watch what the Bible say. This is Bible prophecy. This book belongs only to the Native American Indians, the blacks, and the Hispanics.
That's right.
This is our prophecies here, brothers.
Right.
Okay? I know that in the churches, you hear about it. You see this. You hear it being misrepresented for 2 hours in the churches. I know you see many people walking around calling themselves evangelists, bringing out the wrong message. This message is for us.
That's right.
Read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord.
And the who?
And the Lord.
You notice that we can't escape that.
Right.
That the Lord did this. God did this to us.
Right. Shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again.
Bring it out.
Now, do you brothers know how did we get in Egypt? How we got into Egypt the first time?
You talking about the Exodus?
That's good.
Everybody moved.
That's when we was leaving Egypt.
All right, that's
right. Prior to us coming into Egypt, we walked into Egypt. Right. So I'm glad you said that because you have knowledge that at one point in time we were in Egypt as a nation of people. Right.
We had a pilgrimage there or something like that, or we came there by force or by choice. How that happened?
We walked in there and then we were overtaken. Right. By the Egyptian government. Right. Okay. They seen that we was grown in mass volumes, and so they used us as slaves. Right. Back in those days. Right. And we built the pyramids. We built all the land of Egypt. That's right. Okay. We built America.
That's right.
Okay. That's the reason why they knew who we were. Right. They knew that our forefathers, the ones that were brought over on the slave ships, they knew that we were the descendants of those that built the pyramids in Egypt.
Right. That's right.
They knew that. They knew it. This is all the truth. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Stop. So it says in Egypt again. So now, it's going to go over how we got here in Egypt the first time, right? But when you look at America, America is fashioned after the place of Egypt.
Right.
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
Why you agree?
Because we're talking about to build. We had destruction. We're talking about building the structure of the buildings of the pyramids. And we brought it here when they took us into slavery, right?
Correct. Correct. So they call that masonry, the Masons.
Right.
Okay. That's where you get all that. That's that 33rd degree pyramids and all 13th levels and all that stuff like that. You get all that from there. Say that again. The obelisk and all that. Okay. But when you look on the back of the dollar bill, what do you see? You see a pyramid. You understand? When you look at the Washington Monument, what do you see? A pyramid. You understand? When you look at the Pentagon, not the Pentagon, you look at is it the Pentagon? Yeah, you look at the Pentagon. What do you see? Huh?
At the top of it, you see a pyramid.
Right. No, you don't see. No, it's the opening. It's like a hectagram.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an opening. So in Egypt, the monument was looked at as a penis. Okay, the octagon shape was looked at as a vagina.
Right.
That's how they did in Egypt. That's how they did these symbols. So America is fashioned off of Egypt. Everything. Okay? And so much that they brought their own the government of Egypt over here.
Right.
That's why they was able to successfully enslave us as a nation of people.
Right.
You understand? Y'all understand where I'm coming from? So watch this, read on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
You see that? So that's how, when he says Egypt, right? Again, this is Egypt.
That's right.
That we're living in now. Okay. You know what that's at in Revelation about Egypt? Huh? What you gonna say?
Nah, I said no.
But this is Egypt again. Okay, what else is running rapid here in America that was running rapid in Egypt too as well?
What are you talking about?
Like men dealing with men.
Okay.
Women dealing with women, right?
Yeah.
Right. So exactly. So what type of word would you call that according to the Bible? You ever heard?
Blasphemy.
It's called sodomites. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Sodom, right? Watch this.
Yeah.
Read that.
The book of Revelation.
Now this is the last book of the Bible.
Bring
okay?
it out.
This is the book of Revelation, which a lot of people are scared to run to because it's full of prophecies.
Yeah.
Right.
Read.
The book of Revelations, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
This great city is called Babylon.
That's right.
Okay, this is that great city. When it says their dead bodies, it's talking about us.
Right.
What's going on with our young men now?
Bring it out.
Yeah, that's right.
They're getting dropped down, right? By who?
By
the people we ask help from.
By the people we ask for help from. By our own enemies. We're getting dropped and laid down flat out from our own enemies. But they quick to say white crime.
Right.
Come on now.
You know the relation of the city of Babylon to the Nile River?
Say that again.
You know how, like, where the city of Babylon or wherever it was located, you know where the location was based on the Nile River or anything like that? You know if it was close to anything?
No. Now, ancient Babylon was way like in Iraq somewhere, okay? Somewhere close. But watch this, read.
Which spiritually is
Start from the top so you get a sense of it.
the book of Revelations, chapter 11, verse 8.
Watch this, brother.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
So that's talking about Israel, us young men, read.
Which spiritually
So this place, that great city, is spiritually called,
is called Sodom and Egypt.
you see that? This place is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right.
In the eyes of the Most High God.
Right.
Okay, spiritually.
Yeah.
So physically, the physical Egypt we're not in.
Right.
So when he says that you shall be brought again into Egypt again with ships, we're going to be brought into spiritual Egypt by the way of ships. Y'all understand that now, right?
Yeah.
Go back.
The book of Deuteronomy,
And I'm going to deal with y'all on something else real quick.
chapter 28,
Verse 68.
verse 68. Bring it out. And the Lord shall bring thee into
Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So what will we not see anymore again? Remember we went over in Jeremiah 17:4 that thou shalt be discontinued from what? Thy heritage.
Yeah.
That's what we wasn't going to see no more.
Right.
Our heritage.
Right.
Read.
And there,
And where?
and there,
In that place, okay, that he was going to send you by way of ships.
ye shall be sold unto your enemies. Right,
You're going to be sold unto your enemies. You're going to be put on an auction block.
right.
This nigga 100, 100, 200, 200, 300, sold to Master Smith Plantation.
That's right.
Bring
Down
it out.
in Norfolk, Virginia.
Right.
Okay? That's the soul unto your enemies. Read.
For bondmen
For bondmen, slave man,
and bondwomen,
and slave woman. Read.
and no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. Now, this is what I want to do with you brothers on. You understand now that through these prophecies, you men are the children of Israel.
That's right.
Right? You find yourself where, brother? Where y'all find yourselves?
Under Judah.
Under Judah, right? All praise to the Most High. Now, we got here because we broke God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Right? Now, how do you think we are to recover ourselves? What we got to do? Huh?
Keep trying to knowledge.
I gotta find out what the commandments are.
You
first.
gotta find out what the commandments are.
That's right.
what's brought us here in the first place, brothers. That's how we got here.
All praises.
So in order for us to get it right, in order for the Most High to see and look upon us, give me that in 1 Kings 8, okay? The Most High gotta see us in action.
Right.
Right? Read that.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, verse 46.
Watch what it says here. Read.
If they sin against thee,
If the children of Israel sin against you, meaning the Most High God, read.
for there is no man that sinneth not.
For there's no man in Israel that sinneth not, because every man was sinning.
Right.
Every man broke the Most High commandments, law, statutes, and commandments, because what? They were being taught the wrong way. Number one, read.
And thou be angry with them.
And the Most High God be angry with the children of Israel because they would not keep his law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
and deliver them to the enemy.
And deliver them to the enemies. Read.
so that they carried them away captive
So that we were carried away captive, like how we are now. Read.
unto the land of the enemies, far or near.
So far or near. That's where them slave ships was going. They was going far and near. We was going into Europe. We was going into China. That's why if you look up on Google, blacks in China, you're going to see them.
Right.
Blacks in Europe, you're going to see them.
Right.
Blacks in the UK, you're going to see them.
Right.
In the most diverse places, you're going to find our people. Read.
Verse 47. Yet, if they shall bethink themselves.
Yet if we shall bethink ourselves. What do bethink means?
It's our perception of ourselves. By saying thinking, what do we? Well, I'm not trying to use think in the definition, but what do we think of ourselves, or how do we see
Strip
ourselves?
that mind to where we how you supposed to be.
Else's eyes?
Right, right. It's another word for saying when you bethink yourself, you're saying, well, damn, I'm supposed to be a king.
Right.
I'm supposed to be in rulership. Look at me now.
Right.
Why I'm in a private state. Why I'm in poverty right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Bring it out.
That's bethinking yourself. What did I do wrong? What can I do to correct it?
Right.
That's bethinking yourselves. Read.
Yet, if they shall bethink
So
themselves
preferably, that's what you brothers are doing. Bethinking yourselves. Read.
in the land, whether they were carried captives.
So this is the land that we will carry captives. We are the descendants of the slaves. You cannot fight against that.
Right.
That is the truth. You can't kick against that.
Right.
And we're proving that the descendants of the slave trade were the direct descendants of the children of Israel. Which make us Israel. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which makes us Israel, right? Read on.
And repent.
So in the place, right? In the place that we will carry captive, we will have to think ourselves, and we will have to do what?
And repent.
And we will have to repent.
Right.
We will have to repent. That means that we got to undo the ways that we're doing now that was displeasing to the Most High God.
That's right.
The Most High God said sin is what displaced you from out of your own kingdom.
Right.
So now, what is sin? What is sin?
Sin is rebelliousness and undoing the will of God, like doing the opposite of the will of God.
All praises. What about you? Huh?
I think that's true.
Think it's true?
Doing something that's not doing what God would do.
All praise. I'm glad you said that. What you think, bro?
Sticking to the, or doing opposite of the commandments, or doing opposite of the
Very good, very good. All praise to the Most High.
All praises.
Now, what y'all, all three of y'all said were right.
Right.
You just said it in your own way. So now let's hear it the way the Most High has it.
Bring it out.
In the scriptures, in the Bible. Read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4.
Read.
Whosoever committeth sin,
So whosoever committeth sin, read.
transgresseth also the law.
Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
You see that?
Right.
Sin is the transgression of the laws. The laws of what? The laws of God.
Right.
So that's why he said if they sin, okay, and we all in sin because all men sin of Israel.
Right.
Okay, you men are in sin as we speak right now.
Right.
But you didn't know. That's why we here to teach you brothers that.
Right.
That you are in the midst of sin and to come out of sin. So what? So that we can come together as a nation of people.
That's right.
Okay, and the Most High God can do what? Hear from heaven and see us.
That's right.
And say, now my people are here and they're ready.
Yeah.
To what? To be brought back into their own nation.
Right.
Their own kingdom.
Right.
And they could be back into rulership again.
Right.
Okay, so give me what I was holding. And was it Deuteronomy? Yeah, give me that. 28:68. So watch this.
The
Read
book
it
of
again.
Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. Bring it out. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Read.
thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
This is what sin did.
Right.
You understand?
Bring
This
it
is
out.
what sin did. Y'all understand where I'm coming from now, right?
Yeah.
So now, you said, and I like what you had said, that you need to find out what laws and what commandments it is that you gotta keep.
That's right.
Okay? Give me Psalms 133. I'm gonna deal with that real quick.
Bring it
because
out.
see, being in the hood, you got your homie down here, you got your boy down there. That's brotherly love.
Right.
To many of us that don't understand.
Right.
You understand? How you doing, brother? Okay, many of us don't understand that it's a difference between unrighteous brotherhood and righteous brotherhood.
That's right. That's right.
You understand?
You know.
Righteous brotherhood is not going to tell you to go kill somebody.
Right.
Pull a gun up and to pop somebody in the head.
Right.
A righteous brotherhood is not going to condone drug selling.
Right. Right.
Okay? It's not going to condone that at all. All right? Watch this. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1.
Read.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
That's going to be one of your first steps, brothers.
That's right.
Is the unity of the brotherhood.
Right.
To admire, to be around brothers that think the same way you think.
Right.
You understand? Not sitting on the corner on the block or on a porch, chilling, smoking weed.
That's right.
That's defiling your temple according to the scriptures.
Right. Right.
Drinking non-stop, thinking that you could pop every sister that you see.
Right.
Because the scriptures speak otherwise.
Right.
That thou shalt be no whores amongst the daughters of Israel.
That's right.
So we're not supposed to do those things. But read again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1.
Read.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
That's the unity of it all. The opposite of this, okay, this is going to be love here, right? You agree?
That's right.
This is love in the brotherhood.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of love?
Hate.
Give me that Leviticus 19. Huh?
Hate.
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 Define hate. Define that for me.
Hate is
Teach up.
Dislike towards the point of, dislike to the point of being okay with causing physical harm without no conscious because they're not thinking badly of shit you hurt that person off the top.
Okay, and you want to do bodily harm, right? If the end result may end up being what?
Yeah.
It's death. Okay? The Most High said that should not be so.
Right.
Read what you got. Watch.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
Read.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
You see that? Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. So that goes to show you that these laws were not given to our people. So now, let's deal with one more other thing, right? What do you see on the bottom of my shirt?
It's called
I like the tassels, okay.
yeah, my homeboy Israelite. He
You ain't saying nothing wrong, brother. I don't know what you think.
It's probably
The number's 15.
ribbon or something represent. It's like a ribbon or something represent Israelite. Homeboy Israelite.
Okay. Watch this.
Yeah, he's called.
Say it again. Perverts. Oh, prayer rugs. Okay. yeah. But you know what? The prayer rugs come from what nation of people? The Arabs. They learned that custom from us.
Right.
Okay. So they saying that the prayer rug and it got what you call fringes on it.
That's right.
They learned that from us.
Right.
Because that's the only way an Israelite can get their prayer on.
That's right.
That's the only way. We cannot pray to the Most High without having these on.
That's right.
He's going to explain it. Read it.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Bring it out. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Hold on. He said what?
Speak unto the children of Israel.
That's what you men are.
That's right.
The children of Israel.
Right.
Read.
And bid them.
And do what?
And bid them.
This word bid means to command.
Right.
Read.
That they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
You got to wear fringes in the borders of your garments.
That's
Otherwise, God
right.
don't hear you. That's what you're saying.
Huh?
Otherwise, the Most High don't hear you.
Of course not. Because you would be in sin. Because why? That's a commandment.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So he said, bid them that they wear fringes at the borders of their garments. Read.
Throughout their generation.
So when it says throughout their generation, what does it mean when it says throughout their generation?
The kids should leave on.
There you go. What's the abbreviated word for generation? Genes. Right. Throughout your generations, when you have children, you got to put them on. The children too. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
That's the ribbon of blue.
Right.
Okay? That's the ribbon of blue. So now I know what's probably going through your mind. What's the purpose of having fringes and borders of blue? Read.
Verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it.
That you may what?
That ye may look upon it.
Read.
And remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them. That's right.
So that you will remember all the commandments of the Lord and to do them. Okay? Because it's not a day that I wear my fringes and I'm walking or I'm talking to somebody and I go like this. That's the first thing I'm feeling is my fringes.
That's right.
When I go and put my shirt on and I'm getting ready to iron it, that's the first thing I see.
Right.
It helps me to remember who I am.
That's right.
That I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
All right? And that I must keep God's laws.
That's right.
That's what it's going to help you to do, brothers. That's what it's going to help you to do. Help you to keep them, to observe them, and to do them.
That's right.
And to do them. So now, let's deal with 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 11. Because in order for us to be blessed by the Most High, we got to do exactly what the Most High says to do.
Right.
Now, I've been patient, and I've been dealing with you brothers patiently.
That's
and
right.
I thank y'all for being patient with me.
Right.
But I just pray that y'all be patient with the Most High God.
That's right.
And hear what he says. Read what he says.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3.
Watch this. Now, I want y'all to follow along with me.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So the head of Christ is who? I mean, the head of man is who?
Every man, Christ.
It's Christ, right? So Christ is our head, right?
Right.
You love Christ, right? This one I'm talking about, right? You all respect this brother, right? Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
So the head of the woman is the man. We're head of the woman.
Right.
Okay, there's no equality, side by side stuff. No, not according to God.
That's right.
Okay, it's the man above the woman. Christ above the man. Read.
Right.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is God.
Right.
So now, let me ask y'all this question. Let me ask you this question. Do you think, let me say this here. Do you think this image, well, this man, Christ, is going to ever disrespect God? Do you think he'll ever disrespect God? What do you think, bro? You won't think so, right? Because God is his head.
That's right.
You understand? So he would never disrespect God.
Right.
Read.
Verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying.
Stop. Hold on a second. So now let me finish it up. Christ would never disrespect God, right? So the woman should never disrespect who? The man. Because remember, man is over the woman. Christ is over man, right? So there's an order. And
right.
God is over Christ.
Right.
So Christ would never disrespect God. We would never disrespect who? Christ.
Right.
And our wives would never disrespect who? Man. Read what you got, officer. Watch
Verse
this.
4. Every man praying or prophesying.
So every man that is praying to the Most High or prophesying, the prophesying comes by the reading of the scriptures.
Right.
Reading what you men have already done, accepted and internalized. Read.
Having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
Read it again.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
What does that mean?
That's dishonoring the top.
You dishonoring God.
Wearing like a hood or anything.
Right,
when
a
you're praying,
hood,
that's
a hat, anything. That's why when you see us men, what do we got on our head? Nothing. You understand? Because we respect the Mashiach. We respect God. We respect Christ.
Right.
And we respect the Most High God.
That's right.
So we dare not to have nothing on our head when we praying or when we reading out of the scriptures.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? How do y'all brothers feel about that? And you too, sir.
I don't know, you know, like, I want to have to go to the cold, I have to get the cold. You know what I mean?
Hey,
but I understand what you're saying, why
Right.
you read the scripture and stuff like that, just
Right.
need to take the head off.
Right. All praise to the
All
Most High. All praise to the Most. But now the thing is that you have to keep it off while the scriptures come out. I understand it's cold, but we serve a God.
Right.
That if his scriptures is read, he's gonna make sure you don't get sick now.
Right.
You understand? As long as you're doing everything else that you're supposed to be doing health-wise.
That's right.
Okay, that you're not defiling your temple with smoking, doing drugs, drinking excessively, you know, and a bunch of other things. So now, with you brothers, okay, how do you feel about that scripture?
Very knowledgeable.
Right.
Put me in another place, had me thinking. Never heard it before.
Well, everybody
About the head covering?
Everybody got rules.
Not just. Are you asking us what we thinking about the head covering, or
Yeah.
what we think about? What we think
Right.
about the head
Before we proceed on.
You know, everybody got rules and regulations, you know, so the scriptures say, don't do this, you got to abide by the scriptures, so you...
Okay, so
do what
basically the scriptures
say.
is telling you brothers to do what?
Oh yeah.
Right. All praise.
All
to the
praise.
Most High. And I'm gonna tell you straight. All praise to Most High. If there was a sister standing in the midst of us, watch what the scriptures say.
But, verse 5, but every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head.
So that would be a dishonor to her husband if she don't have her head covered. Like this sister coming over here, she has her head covered. So I wouldn't have to say anything to her.
Right.
You understand? Because according to the scriptures, she's doing what's right.
Right.
Y'all understand where I'm coming from?
That's right.
But as men, we got to remove the hat.
That's right.
Okay, we have to remove the hoods or whatever, do-rags, scarves,
That's
you
right.
know, everything.
I do.
All right, when it comes to the Most High.
I don't know.
You're going to have a lot of drawbacks.
Right.
A lot of kickbacks. Okay, a lot of people is going to totally disagree with this, especially if they're in the Christian church.
That's
All right? They're going to tell you that you're not supposed to keep no laws.
Bring it out.
All right? The laws no longer apply to you when you come up under the banner of grace in Christ Jesus. They're going to tell you that. They're absolutely wrong.
That's right.
Because you want to know why? Christ didn't even teach that in the land of Jerusalem.
Right.
He didn't teach it throughout all the land of Israel at all.
Bring it out.
Okay, but he taught this one here. Read that.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
Watch this, brother.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Okay, he didn't, he promoted that. Okay, because the Pharisees and the scribes hated him. They hated him with the teeth. Okay, they hated him with a T. All right, so he didn't promote hatred. He promoted love. You understand? He promoted love. I need to make sure I corrected that. But the Most High, listen what else he taught. Christ, listen what else he taught.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make boldness upon their head.
So it says they should not make baldness upon their head. What is that?
Boldness, right?
Baldness.
Boldness.
What is baldness?
Actual baldness.
So they should wear hats.
Shave your head.
Shave your
Look,
head.
look, who you got? Who they got this bald head?
Charles Barkley.
I'm tired of using Michael Jordan. Floyd Mayweather got one. Okay, who else got one, sis? Who else got a bald head that you know of?
A lot.
A lot. Okay?
A lot.
According to the scriptures, that's sin.
Right.
That's right.
To have a baldy, to be in the midst of Israel. To be a black man, that is sin.
But I thought he don't judge, right? So I
Say it again. Okay. You go to church?
need to choir.
Okay. Did your pastor have a baldy?
That's Radcliffe did.
Huh?
He did.
He didn't? Okay, good. All praise the Most High. But let me watch this here. Read.
The
Watch
book
this.
of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make boldness upon their head.
Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
You're not supposed to have a goatee.
Right.
Okay? Your pastor got a goatee? Ah.
He didn't have that neither.
Yes, he do. Yes, he
Pastor
do.
Radcliffe?
He probably had one. He probably had. He had to have
Yeah,
one.
he is at first, but you know when he was young, he probably did have that.
Right. Well, even as in his ministry, he probably, you know,
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you
he gonna
something.
have
When I was in the Christian church, I rocked everything. I rocked the full beard,
Everything.
a goatee. I shaved it off, looked like a smooth baby skin. I rocked it off. You wanna know why? The reason being is because I was told that there was no laws.
Right.
Exactly.
They ain't have to keep no laws.
Exactly.
That was the reason why. But coming upon this,
Right.
read it again.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 5.
I had baldies. I shaved my head bald. I shaved my beard. Read.
They shall not make boldness upon their head. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Because this is sin, sister. What's sin? Y'all don't go nowhere. What's sin, sister? What's sin?
Sin?
Yeah. I know you say you go to church. What's sin?
There's a lot of sin.
Huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of sin that a lot of us do.
Yeah, but what's the meaning of sin?
Definition.
What's the
I can't tell you that
definition?
part. I can't
Watch
tell you
this.
that part.
I'm gonna show you real quick. Brothers, don't go nowhere.
Not living in God's will.
Read it.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3,
You should know what it was because we just got finished reading. Read it.
verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So as an Israelite man, you shaving your head bald, you shaving off your beard, you're in the midst of sin.
That's
right.
That's the bottom line.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line. So
That's
now,
true.
so now,
That's true.
do the laws of God still apply according to Christ?
Bring it up.
The God don't judge you.
Huh?
You come as you are, right?
No, you cannot come as you are.
No, you
Right.
can't.
You cannot come. 'Cause that law right there just state that you can't come as you are.
right.
That's true.
Because I could walk up in the church now with a bald head and a shaved beard, I'll be accepted in the church,
Right.
but according to God, I'll
Right.
be rejected.
Exactly.
Right.
You understand?
Exactly.
Read what you got. Read what you got.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Think not.
So this is Christ speaking in red. He said, think not. Don't even let it come across your brain. Okay? Don't even sit there and really try to grasp hold of that thing. What? Read.
Think not that I come to destroy the law.
So Christ said, think not that I come to destroy the law. What law? God's laws.
That's right.
Read.
Right.
Or the prophets.
Or the prophets that tried to warn your behinds. Not to break God's laws. Yeah. Read.
I am not come to destroy.
He said, I ain't come to destroy them,
but to fulfill.
But I came to fulfill them.
That's
Right. I came to do every law that the Father had ordained for the children of Israel to abide in.
That's right.
I came to fulfill it.
That's right.
I came to show you Negroes how to do it.
Bring it up.
That's all he was saying.
That's true.
I came to show you how you did it, how to do it. Read.
Verse 18. For verily I say unto you.
He said, for verily, for surely I say unto you.
Till heaven and earth pass.
Till what?
Till heaven and earth pass.
Till what?
Till heaven and earth pass.
Till heaven and earth pass. Meaning heaven and earth is no more.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. Science 101. Is there heaven right now? Do we see the heavens?
No.
Nope.
In Genesis. Okay. So we with a purpose. Okay, so there's no heavens, right?
Bring it out.
What's the heavens? We're gonna come back to this.
They're supposed to be in the pearly gates of heaven.
Pearly gates of heaven. Oh boy, we're gonna work on you, sis.
No, that's
you
what they
in
say.
good hands.
That's what they say.
I know that's what they say, but what they say, what they saying is wrong. It's absolutely fallacy according to the scriptures. Okay, but that's why we here, sis, and that's why I explained to these brothers. We here for this particular reason here, to bring back God's laws and bring back the truth of who we are, and to bring back the truth of God's laws.
That's
you understand what I'm saying? That's why we here.
Bring it out.
Watch this about the heavens.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 14.
Read.
And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens.
Read it again.
And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens.
So what lights is in the firmament of the heavens? The sun.
Bring it out.
What else? Besides the sun, the moons, the stars. Okay, read. Give me that. I think it's 14, right? Yeah. Read it.
To divide the day from the night,
Uh-huh.
and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Okay, so that's what the heavens are that we know of. It's where the sun, the moon, and the star is, right? So now, bring me back to Matthew 5. Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 18.
Pay attention.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass.
So now, the heavens, is the heavens still here?
Yeah.
No, he said till
Yeah,
heaven and earth pass. So is the heavens still here?
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Is the earth still here? Are we still on the earth?
That's
Read it one more time, officer, so y'all can really grab the hold of it.
The
Read.
book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 18. For verily I say unto you,
Surely I say unto you,
till heaven and earth pass,
till heaven and earth pass,
one jot,
one jot, read,
or one tittle,
one dot or one slash of a T,
shall in no
it
wise
shall not,
pass from the law,
it shall not pass from the law at all.
That's right.
Read.
till all be fulfilled.
So the laws of God are still in effect.
That's right.
All the laws of God are still in effect till all be fulfilled. So now, all being fulfilled meaning what?
All this laws being filled, process being filled.
Right. Say that again.
To all his desires be fulfilled, and to all God's intentions, and I guess
All being fulfilled is this, pretty much. Are we in our kingdom yet, brothers? No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We're not in,
right now.
I'll say that again.
We're not.
We're not. We're not in our kingdom.
Not at all.
Where's our homeland at?
Egypt.
Give me that. Galatians 4. Huh?
Egypt.
Our homeland is Egypt?
No.
After we just got finished? Israel, okay, all
That's
praise.
right.
I'm glad you corrected yourself, brother. I thought we was about to go somewhere else.
All praise.
All praise to the Most High. All right.
Go over that part.
Yeah, we just going to slam on that hard, trust me. Read.
The book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 26.
Read it out.
But Jerusalem.
But who?
But Jerusalem.
Where's Jerusalem located? Jerusalem is the capital.
Is it Israel?
It's Israel.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's our homeland, fellas.
Okay.
Jerusalem.
Sister,
Okay.
Read it again.
But Jerusalem.
Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. So the hell with Raleigh. The hell with it.
Exactly.
Why we saying we representing Raleigh?
Representing nothing.
Representing Charlotte.
Representing
For
nothing.
what?
What you representing for?
For what?
Bring it out.
It
It don't make no sense.
It ain't nothing to represent.
Exactly. Read it again.
But Jerusalem.
But who?
But Jerusalem.
But Jerusalem. Read.
Which is above.
It is above all lands, all nations. Read.
Exactly.
Is free.
And it is free. You want to know why it's free? Because the Most High God created that land for us.
That's right.
Exactly.
Whatever land the Most High had his hands on, to call it to be the land of milk and honey, it is free.
And it is.
You understand? And it's free for us. Read it again.
The book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 26.
Read.
But Jerusalem,
But Jerusalem,
which is above, is free.
it is what?
Is free. Which is the mother of us all.
Which is the what?
Which is the mother of us all.
So why are we representing Africa? Saying that Africa's the motherland.
You heard.
Where y'all at? That's what you were told.
That's right.
You were told a lie.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.